Hey students, it's Mr. Ezzy again with another social emotional lesson. I hope you guys and gals, girls and boys are doing exceptionally well. Hope you guys are adjusting well with this remote learning. Hope you all are really staying focused. Like I said before, whatever you focus on now will flourish. So make sure, even in the midst of this opportunity for distractions, make sure you focus, because we want to make sure that your academics flourish. We want to make sure that your mind grows and develops, and to make sure that you set yourself up for success. But today, we're going to be talking about something very important, like I always say. We're going to be talking about behaviors. Again, behaviors. It's very important for you and I to make sure that we always assess how we are behaving. And today, we're going to go into my book, As He Says, Essence for the Students I Serve. And we're going to be on page 100, and we're going to be reading the section on behavior. So make sure you pay attention, because it's very important, because it's one of those lessons that Mr. Ezzy really adapted towards, and that's why Mr. Ezzy is successful. That's why Mr. Ezzy has favor. That's why wherever Mr. Ezzy goes, someone is looking to bless him because of the way I behave and the way I carry myself. But let's look at this paragraph, and let's get right into it. There is a quote that hangs on a wall in my office that says, "Wrong is wrong even if everyone is doing it, and right is right even if no one is doing it. Behavior is similar. Bad behavior is bad behavior even if everyone is doing it, and good behavior is good behavior even if no one is doing it. All behavior is learned behavior. It is important for you to learn good behavior, because your behavior will determine where you will go in life and how long you will stay there. I understand there are uncontrollable causes in your life that may influence bad behavior, but know that you don't have to be a product of that influence. You can rise above it. Lastly, your behavior will define you in the eyes of others, so do your best to make sure your behavior defines you well." See, students, it's very important for us to really process our behavior, because people are observing you. It's very important that you carry yourself in a way that will carry you into places of blessing, that will carry you into places of favor, that will carry you into places of success, because everyone in life is promoted by a human, is exalted by a human, is blessed by a human. And so it's very important that we have genuine, solid, good behavior, so that when we navigate through life, we won't welcome on unnecessary burdens. But let's go ahead and break sentence by sentence down and really process the concept of good behavior versus bad behavior. Let's break it down. There's a quote that hangs on a wall in my office that says, "Wrong is wrong even if everyone is doing it, and right is right even if no one is doing it. Behavior is similar. Bad behavior is bad behavior even if everyone is doing it, and good behavior is good behavior even if no one is doing it." That's very important for you to understand, students, because it doesn't matter where you are, even if no one's watching. Bad behavior is bad behavior. Even if everyone is doing it, it's still bad behavior. That's why you have to be very careful of what influences you, because whatever you allow to be in the environment of your life will dictate how you carry yourself. That's why you got to watch what you listen to, watch who you observe, watch who you consider your role models are, because just because they're getting a check, just because they look successful, the behavior they are exhibiting, the influence they are giving or sending your way, could cause you to reap the consequences they may be missing out on. That's why it doesn't matter if everyone is doing it. Like I said before, trends come and go, but legends last forever. Don't be trendy, be legendary. Legends look beyond the ledge and see where destruction is, and focus on the bridge down the road to make sure they cross over. But most people who are trendy are just blind, being led by the blind, and then they fall off because that place of hope, that place of destiny they thought was there, their bad behavior caused them to have consequences. That's why you have to look at your life and say, who is influencing me? What is influencing me? Why am I behaving the way I behave? Because just because everyone is doing it and it looks cool doesn't mean that it will cool you off later. Doesn't mean that it will help set you up for success later. Just because everyone is doing it doesn't mean you should. And good behavior is good behavior even if no one's doing it. Let me tell you something. I'm 34 years old. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. It always pays to do things the right way. It always pays, even if it doesn't pay you at the moment. Good behavior will always pay you, even if it doesn't pay you in the moment. So many people are like, why be good? Why do good when my good deeds are overlooked? No, you're developing good habits. Soon someone will see your good behavior. Soon someone will recognize your good behavior, and you will be you will reap success from it. But a lot of people look at bad behavior and say, well, they got away with it. Look at them, they didn't get in any real big trouble, but they're developing bad habits that will set them up to be in trouble later. So just because no one else is doing good or doing the right thing, listening to mom, listening to dad, listening to teachers, or listening, period, to good advice and good instruction, just because no one is doing it, you do it. Because you got to think about tomorrow. People who exhibit bad behavior are prisoners of the moment. People who embrace good behavior see the future. They see that right now, even though I may not be noticed, even though it doesn't seem like good behavior is reaping benefits now, I know for a fact that if I continue this good behavior and I continue to be genuinely good and do what's right, good things will come my way. Let's keep going. Bad behavior is bad behavior even if everyone's doing it, and good behavior is good behavior even if no one is doing it. All behavior is learned behavior. You learned your behavior from somebody. There's these 3 B's that I want you to understand, and if parents, you can help process this too and potentially see why your students may be exhibiting bad behavior. It's called the 3 B's: belong, believe, and behave. Belong, believe, and behave. Every child is looking for a place to belong. And if they don't feel like they belong to their parents or belong to a group, they will look for belonging somewhere else. And when that child looks for belonging, sometimes they look for belonging from a person's YouTube channel, they feel belonging from somebody's album, they feel like they belong around a group of friends. Wherever they feel accepted or wherever they feel like they belong, they will then develop the belief systems of where they belong. That's why you got to be very careful, because in this society, there are a lot of bad people, a lot of bad influences that are making kids feel like they belong. And kids, you have to ask yourself, what is the root reason for your deep longing to belong? Because if you have this deep longing to belong and you don't know your purpose and you don't have a greater, higher call or a greater, higher purpose, then you will be belonging to bad behavior. And it happens oftentimes that when a role model's in a child's life, they'll be reaching for a sense of belonging, and then now their minds and their belief systems are adapting in the environment where they feel belonging. That's why you got to look beyond the feelings, students, and find out the facts. Is this good people? Are these good people? Are these good ideas? Is this a good influence? Because if I continue to bask in this place of belonging, then I'm going to develop the wrong belief systems, and then my belief system will dictate how I behave. If you want to change the way your student behaves, change the way you make them feel around you. Make them feel like they belong. Make them feel like that you listen. Because if not, if you're overly busy, if you're all over the place, they're going to find a place that they belong, that one day you're going to realize that, man, my child is behaving because I make them feel insignificant. But even in the midst of that, students, it doesn't matter if your mom doesn't recognize you, I don't care if your dad doesn't recognize you, it doesn't matter what you don't feel. Make sure you feel the right things. Make sure you seek the right things. Make sure you realize that it doesn't matter what my environment says. And I'm going to talk about this later in the week. Don't be a product of your environment. Make your environment a product of you. It doesn't matter where I go. I don't succumb to the influence of the environment. I change the climate. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what you have to process, students, that I got to think, is this genuinely good a place to belong? What are the fruits of this? Just because it looks cool, just because they got a chain on their neck, just because they got a big car outside, you don't understand that most of these artists don't even own the chain that they have on. And then even if they do, they go bankrupt in a few years. That just because these people look good doesn't mean that the fruit of their life will be good. All behavior is learned behavior. It is important for you to learn good behavior because your behavior will determine where you will go in life and how long you want to stay there. That's why it's important, and that's why it's my job to help you look forward, to help you look beyond the moments of fun and really see what's really fun. See, sometimes we get so caught up in the moment of fun, but real fun is after this moment of fun, will I still have fun? You know what I'm saying? Like, even though in the moment I feel like it's fun, after I do it, does it really feel fun? Or am I done? You see what I'm saying? Or am I in trouble? That's why it's very important to understand that your behavior will set you up for success or will set you up for failure. It is important for you to learn good behavior because your behavior will determine where you will go in life and how long you want to stay there. Life is not about getting there. Life is about staying there. Where do you want to go? It's not about where you want to go. It's where you want to live. Where is it that you want to thrive? I want to make sure that I exhibit a certain set of behaviors and certain set of beliefs, and knowing that I belong to something greater than negativity, because I know for a fact that where I want to go as a person that produces residual impact and residual income, and think about my children's children and think about my legacy, that I don't want to just get to a place of success and then my bad behavior pushes me out. There's a lot of people, old and young, who got great jobs because of their poor mindset, their poor belief system, or belonging to the wrong group of people, or their wrong set of behaviors got them out of that good thing. It's worse to get a good thing and leave a good thing than to never get to a good place. I'd rather get to a good place and stay there than to get to a good place and then, because of my own bad decisions and because of my own bad behaviors, I lose that good place. How long do you want to stay there? Where is it that you want to go? Dream, think, process, journal about the place that you want to go, and ask yourself, are these behaviors, the behaviors that I'm exhibiting, will they cause me to excel there or exit there? Let's keep going. I understand there are uncontrollable causes in your life that may influence bad behavior, but know that you don't have to be a product of that influence. You can rise above it. You got to have foresight. You got to say, you know what? I belong to me. Your life is your life, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your life. You don't relinquish your life or give your life just because you feel insecure, just because you feel bad about it. Get over that. You know what I'm saying? Find the facts. Find out that you are worth something. Look at your thumbprint and look at it and say, I am the only one that ever existed, existing now, or will ever exist that will have this thumbprint. I am unique. I am special. I don't care what my mom or dad do or don't do. I'm going to make it out. Either you're going to be a product of your environment or your environment's going to be a product of you, because you one day got to excel for yourself. Lastly, your behavior will define you in the eyes of others. So do your best to make sure your behavior defines you well. Someone is always watching. Listen, how I got the job at my school, I exhibited good behavior on my previous job. Did I like the job I was at? Not necessarily. It was a cool job. I worked at the YMCA, but it wasn't where I wanted to be long term. I wanted to impact students. I wanted to create programs. I wanted to develop courses. I wanted to write books. I wanted to do all those different things. But the assistant principal at the school that I'm at now, because I exhibited good behavior, because I did what I was supposed to, because I had great customer service and exuded joy from my life, she offered me a job on the spot. Because of me exhibiting good behavior, because of me doing what's right. Someone is always watching. Is what you're doing right now, is your set of behaviors blocking your blessings or beckoning your blessings? What is it happening? Because some people don't want to deal with you because of your bad behavior. I want people to make deals with me and not be a group, or not want to make deals with me. I want people to say, I want to do deals with Mr. Ezzy. I want to be around Mr. Ezzy. I want to give this to Mr. Ezzy because he's a good guy, genuinely. But people ain't gonna always want to be around you. That's just me real talking with you. Let's just keep it real. If you keep being bad and keep exhibiting bad behavior, nobody gonna want to deal with you. And now you're gonna have no place to belong because your bad behavior is gonna put you in prison. Your bad behavior is gonna put you in jail. Your bad behavior is gonna get you in an addiction. Your bad behavior is gonna put you in a bad place. So you got to get over that. I don't care what your dad did and didn't do. I don't care what your mom did or didn't do. I don't care. Get over it. You gotta, your actions are your actions. Whether, I don't care if it's uncontrollable circumstances, I don't care who did what, your actions are your actions, so get over it. Stop crying. It's okay to cry and vent, but man, you gotta get over it at some point. Because if you keep acting bad and deep down inside you're looking, because most kids, they exhibit bad behavior because they want attention. No, don't worry about who's giving you attention. Give yourself attention. If you don't give yourself attention, despite the lack of attention, you're going to end up in detention and keeping yourself out of success. You got to give yourself attention. Say, I don't care who looks at me. I don't care who cares about. I understand. I know how you feel, but somebody cares about you. A teacher does. I do. Even if you got to watch this video over and over again as if I'm in the room with you, do it. But you got to give yourself attention. Say, you know what? I'm not going to cry out for behavior. I'm going to constructively work on my beliefs so I can behave for my future. Your behavior will define you in the eyes of others, so do your best to make sure your behavior defines you. Well, I got some points. What is the root reason for your behavior? I said right here, behavior either blocks your blessings or beckons them. And I really want you to process your behavior. I have an activity for you before we go. I want you to take some time to download the worksheet, and you can type it in, write it, or whatever you need to do. But I want you to write down, what are your good behaviors? List them down. I want you to write down, what are your bad behaviors? At the bottom of that, I want you to write down, where did you learn the behaviors above? And in what ways can you modify your bad behaviors above? And really think about it. And ask yourself, why am I desiring attention so badly? And I want you to process how you can give yourself the attention you need to focus on your goals, to focus on your dreams, so that you can actually live them. I love you. It's Mr. Ezzy here again. I hope this video was beneficial. I know I got real at the end, but see, man, this is real life. You see what I'm saying? I grew up without my pops. I grew up in a single parent home. Me and my mom was in homes with in bad neighborhoods, roaches. I know what it's like to eat ramen noodles. I know what it's like to eat syrup sandwiches. Some of you don't know what syrup sandwiches are. I've been poor. I know what it's like to be in a bad environment and with drugs everywhere. I know, but look where I'm at now. You see what I'm saying? So if I can rise above it, you can rise above it. I'm no different than you. I've been where you possibly are. You see what I'm saying? So if I can rise above it, so can you. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Listen to what I say. You gotta watch it over again. Do the exercise and process it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.